for myself, like coming in, right off my college season and then coming right to the WNBA. Having that reset has been something that I probably haven't had in like a year.
But the biggest thing, and I've learned this from college with Coach Staley, is mind over matter. If it don't mind, it don't matter. So some of these things I'm like, I don't have time to be tired.
Did you know Caitlyn Clark's debut made ticket sales jump 121%? Meanwhile, Aja Wilson's playoff games barely hit 1 million viewers. What's going on here? Let's dive into why the rookie is outshining the MVP in more ways than one. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Caitlyn Clark is the new WNBA sensation, and she's not wasting any time. In her first season, she smashed the rookie scoring record with 761 points. That's insane. But you know what's crazier? She didn't stop there. Clark also set the single season assists record. Talk about making an entrance. Now here's where things get really interesting. We're about to see a $28 million showdown between a rookie and a veteran. Imagine this. A player who hasn't even finished her first season is already worth more than a 3-time MVP. How is that even possible? Let's talk about the wild financial gap between Clark and Wilson and why it's got everyone talking. 3 MVP titles, countless game-winning plays, and a net worth that'll make your jaw drop for all the wrong reasons. Aja Wilson's financial situation exposes a glaring issue in the WNBA that nobody's talking about. You'd think being named MVP 3 times would make you the highest paid player in the league, right? Wrong.
It's real. I'm human. I go through things. I see things. I get sad. I have anxiety. Sometimes I'm depressed.
My expectations, for one, and exceeded a lot of people's expectations of what she could actually do during her rookie season.
The truth is, Aja Wilson's story reveals a startling reality about success in women's basketball. Let's talk about Aja Wilson for a second. This woman is a powerhouse on the court. She's not just good, she's MVP good. And not just once, but 3 times. That's the kind of record that should have sponsors lining up around the block, right? Well, hold on to your seats, because the reality might shock you. Despite her incredible achievements, Aja Wilson's estimated net worth is only around $3 million. Now, $3 million might sound like a lot to us regular folks, but in the world of professional sports, it's pocket change. To put it in perspective, Lonzo Ball, a male basketball player who hasn't even come close to Wilson's level of success, is worth a whopping $40 million. That's more than 13 times Wilson's net worth. You can bet this situation isn't sitting well with Wilson. She's not shy about expressing her frustration either. In her own words, "It's wild to see how quickly things can change in this league. We've been working hard for years, and it's frustrating to see someone shoot up so fast." Can you blame her? Imagine being at the top of your game year after year, only to watch a rookie waltz in and potentially earn more than you've made in your entire career. But here's where things get even crazier. Despite Wilson's MVP status and incredible skills, her games aren't pulling in the big crowds you'd expect. Her playoff games barely hit 1 million viewers. That's right, a 3-time MVP, and she's struggling to get eyes on the screen. It's like having a superstar perform in an empty arena. How is this even possible? This whole situation raises some serious questions about the WNBA. How can a league's most valuable player be so undervalued? Why isn't Wilson's on-court success translating into off-court earnings and popularity? It's not just about Wilson. It's about the entire league and how it values its top talent. Think about it. In most sports, being named MVP once is enough to skyrocket a player's career.
Finally over. The best player on the planet, number 22, Aja Wilson.
Caitlyn was throwing the ball away 10 times a game, and I feel like maybe that's the only thing holding her back.
But 3 times? That should be a golden ticket to endorsement deals, packed arenas, and a net worth that reflects your status as the best of the best. Instead, Wilson's story is showing us that in the WNBA, even being at the top of your game doesn't guarantee financial success or widespread recognition. Hold up. If being a WNBA MVP doesn't guarantee the big bucks, then how did a rookie land a deal worth more than some NBA contracts? Caitlyn Clark's meteoric rise isn't just breaking records, it's shattering expectations about what's possible in women's basketball. Let's talk about Clark's golden touch. This rookie just signed an 8-year deal with Nike worth a whopping $28 million. That's not just big, it's game-changing. To put it in perspective, Clark's WNBA rookie salary is only about $76,000. The difference is mind-blowing. But Nike isn't the only one jumping on the Clark train. Gatorade and State Farm have also snagged endorsement deals with her. It's like every major brand wants a piece of the Clark magic. And can you blame them? Her popularity is through the roof. Speaking of popularity, have you seen Clark's social media lately? It's exploding. Millions of fans are hanging on her every post, while some veteran players are seeing their engagement drop. It's a whole new ballgame in the world of women's basketball marketing. You know what's really wild? Clark's jerseys are flying off the shelves. They're top sellers in the WNBA. It's not just about her play on the court. Clark's becoming a brand all on her own. And that brand is reshaping how people see women's basketball. Think about it.
You're going to be you, and you're going to love that. And I've been caught up in people pleasing and imposter syndrome and all of that. And it's hard. Sometimes it's the life.
Ability to influence your offense, right? When you think about different players, you think about, oh, they can really score the ball. They can really push the ball in transition.
Clark's success isn't just personal. It's changing the game for everyone in the WNBA. She's making women's basketball more prominent, more marketable. It's like she's got the Midas touch, turning everything she touches into gold. But here's the thing. Clark's not just breaking records on the court. She's setting new ones off the court too. That $28 million deal? It's more than some NBA players make. In the world of women's sports, that's unheard of. Clark's not just playing the game, she's changing it. Clark's success is turning heads, but it's also turning up the heat on the WNBA. The league's at a crossroads. Adapt or get left behind. Could this rookie phenom be the key to unlocking a whole new era of women's basketball? Let's talk about how Clark's rise is shaking things up in the WNBA. It's not just about her skills on the court, it's about how she's changing the game off the court too. The league's marketing strategies? They're looking pretty outdated right now. Clark's showing everyone that there's a whole new way to promote women's basketball, and the WNBA needs to catch up fast. You know what's wild? The WNBA has been leaning on the NBA for financial support for years. We're talking about losses of $10 million every year. And get this, experts think those losses could hit $50 million by 2024. That's crazy, especially when you consider that attendance and viewership are breaking records. But here's where Clark comes in. Her ability to draw attention and bring in the big bucks? That could be exactly what the WNBA needs. Imagine if her success started spreading to other players. We could see better contracts, bigger endorsement deals, and more eyes on the game. It's like Clark's not just playing basketball, she's playing 4D chess with the whole league's future. Now, don't get me wrong.
I mean, I'm just really happy for this organization, obviously. I mean, look at these fans, they're incredible, so if it wasn't for them, I don't know if we'd be here.
For the first time since 2016, this team has clinched a playoff spot. You guys learned about it last night.
The WNBA's got some serious challenges to tackle. We're talking player safety, fair officiating, and just making the whole experience better for fans. These aren't small issues, and they need to be addressed if the league wants to keep this Clark-inspired momentum going. But here's the thing. Clark's rise isn't just good for Clark. It's potentially great for everyone in the WNBA. Think about it. More attention means more fans mean more money. And more money? That could mean better everything for all the players, not just the rookies. Sure, there's some tension right now. You've got veterans like A'ja Wilson watching this rookie come in and potentially earn more in 1 year than they have in their whole careers. That's bound to ruffle some feathers. But what if this is exactly the shakeup the WNBA needs? Let's recap this wild ride we've been on. We've got Caitlyn Clark, the rookie sensation, pulling in a jaw-dropping $28 million deal. Then there's A'ja Wilson, the 3-time MVP, sitting at a fraction of that. It's like the WNBA's been flipped upside down. But here's the thing. This shakeup might be exactly what women's basketball needs. Clark's bringing in new fans, new money, and new attention. But we can't forget about the veterans who've been grinding for years. So, here's a question for you. How can we, as fans, support both the rising stars and the seasoned pros? Should we be buying jerseys from both? Showing up to games for everyone? The WNBA's at a crossroads, and it's up to us to help shape its future. What do you think? How can the league balance the hype for rookies with respect for the vets?